Hello and welcome to St Bede's YouTube channel. It's Mr Roberts here and we've promised as a school that we'd offer more and more support for pupils and parents on some of the tricky issues with maths. So that's what we're doing in our first YouTube video. Okay, here's a tricky one to look at to start off with. The worst thing you could do is add the top numbers across together, which would be 4, and the bottom numbers, which are the denominator together, which would be 11, to get 4 11ths. Well, that doesn't work because they're two different denominators. So what we need to do first here is look at what number can 4 and 7 both go into. Well, I know, even with my maths, that they both go into 28. Now 4 goes into 28 7 times, and 7 goes into 28 4 times. So what we do is we times them so that both those numbers become 28. Then we have to do that to the numbers on the top. So it is 1 times 7 and 3 times 4. That would give us 19/28. Okay, question number 2. This is a BODMAS question where you've got to use that BODMAS idea, which is brackets, orders, divide, multiply, addition and subtract, and you do it in those orders. So what you have to do is which of the first things appears there. Well, there's no brackets and there's no orders or power to, but there is a divide. So you do the divide sum first. So 5 divided by 2 is 2.5, and then 10 minus 2.5 is 7.5. You need to Google BODMAS if you don't know what it means. Right, question 3, I'm sort of getting warmed up and maybe slightly overconfident. So how do you work this one out? Well, 10% of 2,000 is 200. You could do that by moving the numbers 1 decimal place to the right. So that's 10%, and this is a bit that people miss out. Well, we want to work out 5%. Well, 5% is half of 10%. Well, if 10% is 200, then 5% will be £100, and then go back to the question, which is you've got to add that interest to the 2,000, so it's £2,100. Okay, question number 4 looks sort of quite easy on the surface, but actually what you've got to know is that 1 metre equals 100 centimetres. So 400 centimetres equals 4 metres. So 0.3 is going to be 30 centimetres. So it's going to be 400, which are your 4 metres, and 30 centimetres. So it's answer C, 430 centimetres. Right, this is quite a tricky one and took a bit of practice, to be honest. So 6 men, 15 days to build a house. How long will it take 2 men? Well, it's going to take longer. So really C, 3 days, is a bit of a silly answer. So you only need to really concern yourself with A, B and D. Now, 2 men is 1/3 of the time of 6 men. So therefore, you've got 1/3 of the resources. So it will take 3 times longer. So 3 times 15 is 45 days. But we all know what builders are like. Okay, so this is the last question, question 6. So most importantly, you've got to read through the question. That's why we're doing lots of work on reading in school. So a recipe for 8 cakes needs 900 grams of flour. How much flour is needed for 10 cakes in kilograms? So first off, I've got to work it out in grams. So we need 1/4 more for 10 cakes. So 1/4 of 900 grams is 225 grams. We then add that to the 900 grams, which is 1,125 grams. So that's the first part of our solution done, but of course we need the answer in kilograms. So to convert it to kilograms, I know there are 1,000 grams in a kilogram, so we move the figures 3 decimal places to the right, so we have 1.125 kilograms. So there we go.